If there's one sweet sauce that you must have in your repertoire, it has to be the Creme Anglaise, which is a very thin custard. And it is really versatile because you could add some corn flour to it to make it into a pastry cream. You can turn it into ice cream. And I'm going to lighten it up with some whipping cream. So into a pot, I'm heating up 800 millilitres of full cream milk. And now I'm going to add 2 vanilla beans to perfume this milk. Now I'm going to cut them in half and scrape out the seeds just with a little paring knife here. I'll also add the vanilla pods straight to the pot too, so we can infuse that milk as much as possible. These vanilla pods come from an orchid plant, and I've actually been to a vanilla plantation to see the process of how they grow and dry these. It's incredible, and I understand now why they are so expensive. So use them with love because they are such a special ingredient. And give that a good scrape. And then in. Now this is going to come to the boil and then I'm going to turn it off. In the meantime, we can get the eggs ready. So 800 millilitres of milk to 8 egg yolks. That's my recipe and it's been working for me for ages. So I'd love you to remember this one too. With 1/4 cup of caster sugar. And now I'm going to whisk this until it's quite thick. That sugar is melted and it becomes a little bit pale in colour. Milk has come to the boil now, so I'm going to turn it off. And when you're only one person in the kitchen, you need a helping hand when it comes to Creme Anglaise. And a good old chucks helps with this. So a damp chucks or just a damp cloth. This is going to stop it from moving when you're whisking and pouring in at the same time. And the reason that I'm constantly whisking and pouring is because I don't want these eggs to scramble. Now, we'll just keep pouring that in, and even the vanilla can go in at this stage too. Now I'm going to return it to the pot. You can place this into a clean pot, but I never bother with that. I just go straight into the same one, catching all those vanilla beans because they do like to hide at the bottom of the bowl. And now I'm going to put this onto a medium heat, not too high. And then with a wooden spoon, I'm just going to carefully, continually mix this in a figure of 8. See how it's a little bit frothy at the top there? I'm going to wait until that subsides and it becomes a little bit thick and glossy, then I'll strain it. So now that my Creme Anglaise has cooled down slightly, I can cover it with some Glad wrap, and I like to cover it straight onto the surface of the Creme Anglaise just so a skin doesn't form. This needs to completely cool in the fridge for a few hours, and then at the last minute I'm going to whip some whipping cream. Now that's only going to take 90 seconds, so really do it just as you bring out this cool Creme Anglaise. Now I'm going to start by adding some of the cooled Creme Anglaise, 1 ladleful to the cream mixture. And this type of cream that I'm making here is called a diplomat cream. Usually it's done with pastry cream, but I find it works really nicely with Creme Anglaise to make a really light, fluffy result. You can see the speckles of vanilla through the cream, and that's ready to go. Over here, I have some poached pears in red wine. These are fantastic. And then I'm going to serve this wonderful mixture just on the side. And I'm just going to dig in right now because it's just looking so appetizing. That is so good. It's that combination of cream and silky smooth Creme Anglaise and then that spike of vanilla that makes this the ultimate side sauce, the ultimate sweet side sauce to go with many different cakes, or as simple as this, some poached pears.